Okay. Hello there, guys, gals, and everyone in between. Welcome back. It's been 10 days, I just checked, since the last time we played Minecraft, and things are weird right now, personally. Like, college's first semester is ending. I burnt the shit out of my lip while welding. It's going great. It's fantastic. So if there's any, like, problems with my speech, that's probably why. Because I have a fucking blister on my lip and just below it. I also managed to remove skin due to hot slag from a piece of metal I was working on, so I feel fantastic. So the last time we went and got a shit ton of I guess materials. I mean, I don't really got a bunch, but like we were getting a bunch of stuff for our base. So the base right now, as you can see, is a little like log fenced area, and we really do need to make an actual house because it's kind of a camp. I'll be honest, this is more of a camp. Uh, but what I would like to do is sort of build this out as a like hub area, if that makes sense. So like, I want this to sort of be the middle, which means I'm gonna have to build a house, and when I get done building the house, then I'll start like going into the outer parts of this and start like actually building more. So like, for instance, I think the next layer I want to be more of like a farming area, and so like we're probably gonna do like a forest in this. We're gonna probably do like like a tree farm going out this way and cutting it down here. Obviously, it'll be a little different because we're gonna have to do a seaport right here, which means we're gonna have to add another door to that side. We're gonna have to build out this way for more farming. So yeah, this should be pretty fun, I'd hope. Fingers crossed. Um, but yeah, how's everyone been? It's been a while. Haven't really talked to anyone. Like, I've been playing a little bit with playing video games with some of my friends because they're all starting to like lax with their jobs and stuff like that. Because Christmas is coming up. Uh, but yeah, it's kind of weird, I guess. Like looking back on everything, and I really need to up my fucking sensitivity. Damn, I look like a goddamn grandpa trying to fucking look around. But ooh, regrowth. That's actually a very valuable skill. This book, skills, lumberjack, regrowth, selectability, able ability. That should, yep. And I immediately broke it. Some bitch. But yeah. I don't know if there's like a bug going on with it right now, but it feels like regrowth isn't working the way it's supposed to. Could be just me. But anywho, the uh what was I on about? Holidays. Oh yeah, I've been playing some video games with some friends recently, and one of the big things that we've been playing is like Marvel Rivals, which is everyone's calling an Overwatch clone, which I get. I understand that it is a everyone thinks it's a Overwatch clone, and it pretty much is. I'm not gonna deny that. However, to a certain extent, I don't agree with that, and that has more to do with uh, how the game plays. Like, for instance, I play characters like Bucky and fucking Punisher and shit like that. Like, characters who one hasn't been in a Marvel game in actual fucking years. But also characters who are more on the aggressive side. And so playing those characters compared to Overwatch, like, don't get me wrong, Hawkeye is exactly who you'd expect him to be. He is the exact same character. I refuse to believe otherwise. But, like, Hawkeye and Hanzo are literally, like, one for one. Yeah, Hawkeye's one for one the same character as, like, Hanzo. But even still, the characters play so much fucking differently. It's kind of weird. Actually, Hawkeye is exactly how I wanted Hanzo to play as a rework, which is kind of funny when you look back at it, but... So, actually... So, build-wise, I think the next step is to make the second wall into chunks. Now that I think about it, so, like, this could be the forest chunk. We can have the fish one, and the one, like, right next to it, stuff like that. Like, stuff like that. Because I'm being yes. If I'm being honest, if we do it that way, one, we'll have a lot more room to do, like, fancier builds, stuff like that. But it might just be more fun. Yeah, I'm also hoping, fingers crossed, that this isn't just gonna, like, this Minecraft world stays in tandem with my schedule. Like, things have been a little crazy. Like, for instance, uh, I've been looking at more personal items for. That sounds really dirty, out of context. I've been looking for more things to do for, like, me and my girlfriend, like, uh, who I hope one day will. Me and her will get married, sort of thing. Which I know sounds really fucking optimistic for a college student, but it's whatever. I just hope that, like, everything works out kind of well. And yes, I am realizing, fucking damn it. But even still, like, it's just kind of, oh yeah, I forgot, there's a, there's a pyro skill. How could I forget such a very important detail? Just, really? Does that not work anymore? Okay, cool. Noted if it doesn't. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Alright, so... Anywho, my point in all that was, like, I do really hope that, like, things work out for the better, especially with, like, me and her. And in the long run, I just hope that it goes the way I keep going over the same things. Also, that looks so fucking new. I know, a little random, but seeing, like, your character actually, like, go to sleep with the screen getting darker is actually kind of a cool feature. I like that. Anywho, so I guess first things first, what we gotta do is we gotta make, like, a little hallway entrance, which I know sounds really fucking goofy, but basically anything from here onwards needs to be removed. So, which, yes, does mean I'm gonna have to get rid of the fucking big trees, which is gonna kick my ass. Oh man, I really need to get, like, fucking vein miner for... Is that an actual skill? Please tell me that's a skill. Can we just instant chop trees, or is that gonna be a mod I'm gonna have to install? Tree feller. Oh, okay, so I need to get to what level? Level 30. Okay, we're gonna be doing a lot of fucking farming. So it's... In the end here, I'm hoping that two things happen. One, like I mentioned before, this world is hopefully going to be, like, my sanctuary outside of, like, school and relationships and shit like that. Like, it's gonna be hopefully in a good situation, I would hope. But and why did I place that? I need that one removed. But that's kind of what Minecraft has always been, at least for myself and some of my friends. Just kind of an escape for from life. And not to sound like all fucking wise man, but it really does help. Like it, whether you play Minecraft once or you play it all the time, it's really something that you can't get enough of after a while. Like it is a completely different game than what it was when I was a kid, like I mentioned before in previous videos. I think either in the first or second video I made, like I literally went off about how it's a completely different game. It's nothing how it was when I was a kid. And it's really telling when like myself being like 19 years old and playing Minecraft. Keep in mind this is modded, but it's basically the same. All I did was add a couple items or add a couple things that allowed for Minecraft to run, in my opinion, the way I always wanted Minecraft to be. I always wanted Minecraft to be like a game sort of like in the vein of Terraria, which I've played before on the channel. And honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do some challenge runs on Terraria, or like do some mods on Terraria. I'm gonna have to figure out how that works on console, or I'm just gonna have to say fuck it and buy a PC. I've been thinking about it for a while now. Why not? Why not just fucking do it? But my point to that is like, it's kind of weird looking back at everything, because this world, when we're on like episode 15, and when we're on episode 30, when we're on like going on and on, right? Like I want to go on for as long as possible. Even to the extent that I want to be playing Minecraft, especially this world, for much longer than I'm really hinting at. And I really hope that, everyone can join me for the ride. Like, I do not know anyone who doesn't like Minecraft to the same extent as, at least a little bit. Like, there's a lot of redeeming and problematic qualities of Minecraft, which I'm perfectly well aware of, trust me. But there's a lot of, like, fun gimmicks to Minecraft and the game itself. It's really telling when a game inspires people to the extent of like making maps, making mods like this. Like I have the tombstone mod, so we can gather our dead, so I can gather my dead body. I've got the fucking RPG mod, which allows me to have skills. I have the fucking weapons. I have a weapon mod on, so I can get more weapons because if anyone knows me in real life, I'm a fucking weapon nerd. And I love like swords and guns and shit like that. So like outside of having a gun mod, which I'm not gonna do because I think those are kind of cheesy in Minecraft, especially in like survival worlds. But my point still stands. Like it's kind of a weird, really fucking weird phenomena when it comes to this game, and it's kind of nice to see how this game has evolved, and I keep going over the same fucking points, and I'm just kind of babbling to babble because I've lost a lot of what I wanted to talk about today. Like I've had a lot on my mind, not as much as like the first two episodes, but I do still have a lot on my mind. The first episode was like right before Thanksgiving, the second episode was in Thanksgiving, and now like the day of Thanksgiving, and now we're like 2 weeks out from Christmas. Fucking weird, by the way. I don't. There's been a couple issues with like how everything's been going with Christmas, but it's nothing that can't be handled by like myself or family wise. But even still, like it's just shit. But even still, it's Christmas, at least for whatever reason this time around. I'm like really hyped for it, and I really can't wait for Christmas. It might just be because I feel more like an adult this year or something. Like I feel really happy to be 19 and doing Christmas. Like it's weird, I guess. Oddly enough, someone made the comment to me that I should like propose to my girlfriend for Christmas, which would be a very fun idea. Except for one, there's a lot of problems with that. Like, you don't propose to someone on their birthday or a major holiday, because what if things don't work out? And I want things to work out, don't get me wrong, especially since this is the one girl in my life that I felt so adamantly for, especially after some of the weird shit I did growing up. Like, believe it or not, I was not always the totally charismatic person that, you see today. Sorry, I can't keep a straight face with that one. But it's weird, I guess, seeing, uh, like playing. Oh my god, I keep mentioning about playing Minecraft. Holy fuck, can I speak anything else? Um, but yeah, it's. I'm not totally against the idea, but I don't feel like that's really the best thing to do when it comes to a relationship, to just kind of be like, hey, we've been together for a while. Let's just do this for the fact that someone mentioned it to me that I should do this. Like, a proposal, for instance, needs to be something very special, very, very personal, and I want to make sure that the kind of proposal I give to my partner is something that they could look fondly back upon. Now, here comes a little bit of story time, because I'm gonna tell you the time when my parents proposed to each other. Yes, to each other. This was fucking 2003? No, 2004. And then, not even a year later, I was born. So, like, if that says anything. But long story short, one, my mom did not want to continue having kids unless she was married. Perfectly makes sense, at least to a lot of people. And I perfectly agree with her on that. Like, what's the fucking point at that point? You know what I mean? But point still stands. So here we are, you know, 2004. Now keep in mind, this isn't the first time either one of my parents have asked the other one to marry them. It was kind of like a sort of long-running gag for a while, and it still kind of is between my parents. Uh, as like the first time, my dad asked my mom while mom was holding his hair back, because yes, I come from a long line of I come from a long line of males who have very long hair. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. But yeah, it's kind of goofy when you think back on it. But yeah, and she just immediately shut that marriage proposal right down the fucking drain for obvious reasons. Like, the guy's drunk and is clearly like throwing his guts up. Why the hell would you say yes to that? I'm pretty sure that's how that went. Because knowing my luck, I'm saying all this. It's actually like the other way around or something. I don't know, but keep going back on my idea for this, and it's kind of annoying the shit out of me. Okay, I need to get to the bed, because otherwise I'm gonna get killed. Yeah. Alright, so we're already 2 days into our 5-day game. So, if you didn't notice already, the kind of formula I've been going with for these videos is playing for an average of like 5 days, and then going from there. And the main reason for this is because I kind of like the 100 days stuff, only to the extent that it makes one very interesting content, because it's based around a trophy. That's the entire point of the 100 days trope. But not to mention, that's a drown. That's a villager drown, right? No, it's just regular drown. I'm just fucking stupid. You can stay over there, buddy. But yeah, it's the whole like 5 days thing is sort of just a benchmark for myself. But yeah. Yeah, I also need to get this area lit the fuck up too. But yeah, so what was I saying? So that was like the first time. The second time, I think was the opposite. Like they kind of kept going back and forth on asking each other to marry them. Like it was like marry each other. It was super fucking goofy. And it's really sweet when you think back on it. But honestly, their marriage is very wholesome, and it has always been that way for as long as I can remember, anyways. Outside of like a couple times here and there, but you know, that's semantics, and that's not really something that I think they would appreciate me sharing on the internet. Um, but like all marriages, things happen, you know. They are still together, just so it's clear. I don't want to make it sound like, you know, they sadly parted ways. On brighter news, I've elected to stop doing fucking welding. Um, if you remember earlier in the video, I mentioned that I caught fucking slag, which is a metal byproduct of high intensity welding. And that's because I am doing a, not short circuit, but there's a specific type of welding that requires you to use like 200 to 300 degree, uh, like welds, which is fine, except for the fact that you're also using a very, uh, fragile, uh, welding material on top of a very, I'm not going to say toxic, it's not toxic, it's just very, it's a very gassy gas. Like, it sounds so fucking stupid, but it is very potent. So here I am trying to weld on a normal day, and something that happened when I was really young is I fucked up my shoulder. And because my shoulder's been fucked up for so long, I can no longer like hold it up straight for a very long period of time, especially when I'm holding something that is moving constantly and is shooting wire out. Like, who would have thunk that, right? You know, just yeah. Well, on a number of reasons, I was struggling with those and getting those like that kind of stuff situated, but because I was so stuck on a weld for the longest time, I got so pissed I fucking walked out. Like I walked out of the entire class. And believe it or not, first time I've ever done that, and I will never be doing that again. But the fact of the matter is, I've never had any time I even get slightly aggressive or frustrated at something, I stop it because it is no longer worth it if I get pissed off. That's always been my motto for those kind of things, and it just so happened that that was the day that I was not going to be fucking around and doing that, apparently. Like, I just fucked around a little bit too much with the whole, uh, yeah, with welding, and now I keep getting injured since I stopped, and maybe it's a fucking sign to, you know, go the fuck back to it, but I am not doing that shit again. I'm stopping as of next semester, and honestly speaking, I feel a lot happier going into welding now. Like, I feel a lot happier that I'm no longer, like, stuck doing welding. Because the entire reason I started welding was because I had a bunch of people talking to my ear, being like, hey, you know, if you start welding, you'll get a shit ton of money, it'll be good for you, like, you won't have to worry about money, really, which is also a fucking lie, because, let's be honest here, welders, as much as they get paid good for a very, like, fucked up reason. They get paid because their job tends to be very dangerous, like, even the amount of fumes that I've inhaled just in the last, like, 4 to 5 months, not 4 to 5 months, like 3 to 4 months, there we go, is kind of dangerous, and the fact of the matter is, it is normal in that line of field to inhale that amount of fumes, and I personally don't want to sign myself up for what could probably be done better with something like weed. Jokes aside, all I'm saying is if I'm gonna smoke, if I'm gonna be, inhaling smoke, it better be weed or cigarettes. I can't be saying that out loud. I'm gonna get fucking, like, killed by someone. Not actually, but. Alright, so first part of the wall's done. We really just need to get doors down, and I'm hoping this farm will work out. Hopefully. For one thing, anytime a tree gets made within a block radius of another, I need to get rid of that. Yeah, we're gonna have to do multiple tree farms because there's no way in hell this is gonna work otherwise. And we also need to trim leaves that are like that. Guess the next thing is to move on to the next area. So I'm gonna kind of leave. Yeah, I'm gonna start heading out this way. So let's see here. Where is that hole? It's all the way down here, huh? Yeah, this hole's right here. So we're really gonna make it closer to like this one. And perfect. Not really. Damn it. We'll move it one over. Yeah, we'll move this one one over. Bro, the fucking pig's humping the log. I don't think that's the kind of wood you're supposed to be humping, dude. I'm an idiot. Oh god, dude. I'm so fucking tired. I've been drinking so much coffee recently, it's actually unreal. But yeah, so kind of odd, not something that should really be discussed, especially after having such a long hiatus for literal years at this point. But I was having a conversation with someone, and we kind of came to the really weird conclusion that people are now beginning to think that I might have a little bit going on in my head that might not be totally okay. Like, for instance, I have a couple of people, and again, this might just be people talking to my ear again, but I've got a couple people talking to me basically saying that I sound quite depressed. And not that I don't totally agree with them on some points, but like it's kind of weird to say to someone. Might just be me, but you know, telling someone that they sound depressed is kind of fucked up to some degree. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I guess I'm kind of in a weird spot right now, and I feel like the hints of me feeling depressed have kind of gone far, especially on this channel, um, which is totally different from how I used to be. I used to be like all uppity and like all that stuff, and I'm now realizing like how fucked up that shit can be to someone. Like I've watched like my favorite content creators over the years, and I never even thought for a second that there could possibly be a problem. But like watching people like Stampy and Squishy and shit like that, like Minecraft creators who have been creating content for Minecraft for such a long time, and then they're just done. They're no longer like really doing anything. And actually, I'm quite curious to know if Stampy is even doing any videos anymore. I know he's just gonna take a little break from oh my god, my throat. Uh, he said he was gonna take a little break from everything like related to it, like related to Minecraft and to YouTube. But it's really weird to me how someone could go that way, like go from making videos constantly to not making videos at all. So yeah, he hasn't done one in 3 months. So he had a download trailer and a visiting Lovely World official download FAQ. And yeah, he literally hasn't done any of that stuff in that long, and it's totally weird to me. I haven't checked like Magic Animal Club, and holy fuck, the trees grew. Um, like I haven't checked like Magic Animal Club or stuff like that. Yeah, 3 months seems to be like the normal span of time. It looks like. So a couple more trees have grown. That's good. That's good. This one's a little too close. And we'll get rid of you. How's that sound? Beautiful, beautiful. 2 trees have grown. This one should be fine. That one, I'm just going to get rid of. This is the most efficient farm because I don't have a lot of room that I made for this, but it's fine. It's nothing I can't work around. But yeah. But yeah, like seeing creators like Stampy and whatnot leave Minecraft in general or just leave content creating, it seems like, is a little goofy. But you know what? I can't blame the guy. Like, I literally disappeared for a number of years now, and only just started making like actual videos, and I haven't made an actual video in so long. I did like Pocket Edition stuff, and Minecraft isn't even what I want to make content on. I made I did streams for the longest time because they were just easier to do. So that's the whole reason, by the way. I don't know if anyone else realized that. I was just doing streams because they just felt so much easier to do. I didn't have to prep. I could just be myself, much how I am right now, without doing any like caricatures or anything like that. And that's part of the reason I stopped for the longest time, is just because I don't like being a caricature of myself. Who would have thunk that? I have gotten like very quick at talking, especially when like discussing stuff like this. And yeah, I keep like outspacing like what I want to say. I've never been really good at that, and you can ask literally anyone I know if you ever find out anyone I know. That sounds stupid. So I really have a bad habit of just talking, and then when I am talking and I get done talking and stuff like that, I'm just kind of like, yeah, that was a great conversation that no one knew about. Like, anywho, um, oh shit. Okay, so let's see here. So we're gonna push this one out to here, there, and we need to like really fucking like dive this wall over this way. I'm hoping this one will be a little bit easier to get. I need one more block over. God damn it! But I'm really hoping that like I can get this built out fast enough so I can actually like finish it out before the end of the next 2 days. Because it is already midday on day 4, and I want to continue talking with you guys and like really interacting with you guys. And honestly speaking, if you guys have anything else you'd like to talk about, I'd be perfectly okay with talking about that because yeah. I do need to create a um like an actual fucking farm. Like we created a little one in the middle, but that's not gonna last very long. Let's see here. What else is on the agenda? We need to get finished with the wall. We need to build an actual house, because as cool as it is camping outside, that stuff really aches my back. Or I'll just leave the middle one be itself, and then we'll just constantly move to each house depending on like what we want to do that day. Like we could do like one where we have like a farmhouse, and the farming wall, I guess is what we're gonna call it, is gonna be completely different. We're gonna just kind of keep it as simple as possible, just to ease my brain a little. God dang it! I need everything all at once. So the difference between the two walls, by the way, is I'm gonna make 2 walls. There are 2 farming walls, I should say. Yeah. God, I'm fucking losing myself in my own conversation. Okay, we're gonna have two farming like areas, I guess. We'll go with that. One is going to be animals, one is going to be like plants. You know, like agriculture and hunting. Like so in the agriculture era? Fuck, dude, I can't speak. Okay, in the cultural area, there we go. Um we're going to have a it's going to be more of a block, not in more like streamlined, not this like, oh, we're gonna curve in. While the hunting one is going to be split up into 4 different groups. So I believe what will probably be best is we're gonna do a U shape on this end of the wall, which is gonna be like probably gonna be a lot of wheat. I'm gonna be honest with you. Wheat is just more sustainable, especially in Minecraft. And then we could do like meat and stuff like that. Cows for hide, really. We don't really need pigs. They don't really give us anything outside of pork chops, which isn't a horrible idea. But then we need what else do we need? Chickens for eggs. Chickens for eggs. Cows for hide. And we have our trees for apples, wood, stuff like that. Sheep. Duh, I knew that one. So yeah, I think this world itself is already looking up pretty damn good. I'd say so myself. Like I have no fucking complaints with this world so far. It's actually kind of fun in the idea that like we have more of a base set up already. Like we have our little entrances, and now this area is where we're gonna do that. Yeah. But like we already have our base set up like fairly well. We have a like actual fucking like building. We have a compound, and that's what I really like right now, at least. But yeah, I don't know. I really have a bad habit of just kind of talking out my ass the whole fucking video, and then after it's uploaded, I get people commenting, not like actual people commenting, I should say, but like I get like comments from people I know who are like, hey, this is really cool, stuff like that, or even like, hey, it's kind of nice listening to your voice after all so long. Like it's a little weird. Lots of messages from old friends who I used to interact with on a daily basis, stuff like that. It's kind of weird. It's kind of nice. I miss a lot of the people I used to hang out with, especially. But you win some, you lose some, and sometimes you just lose it all. Speaking of which, I really feel bad for certain people that I know. So I work with a lot of different individuals in my life, and it's kind of sad seeing some of the situations they're in. Like I work in a store right now. I literally work in a fucking convenience store. And the kind of people who work in convenience stores, depending on their age, gets kind of depressing. And the entire reason why it is I want to get the hell away from where I grew up. Because I don't want to end up like that, which sounds really fucked up out of context, but like there's a lot of problems with where I live. And one of which is like the whole job market where I live is it's a little goofy. But yeah. All right. So we're going to be heading into day 14, and then honestly, I don't know what we should do. We can we could continue moving and getting the wall build up. Like the forest areas are pretty much done. Yes, villager. Um, like the tree farming areas are pretty much done. All right. Oh, you know what? I just realized I said I was leaving welding, but I never said what I was going to. Um, I'm going into a field of study that I actually really enjoy. I personally, my passion is in writing, and I think I discussed about that a little bit in a previous episode. But I'm actually going to be going in and trying to get at least in English, like get ahead on my English. God knows I fucking need it. I just really want to do something related to English or writing or something like I want to do something in the vein of here's a story. Um, I would say I'd love to teach, but I can't fucking handle like kids. I would love to be a father one day, for instance, but right now the patience that it takes to deal with a bratty kid, I do not have. Parents are just kind of like when you're a parent, it's kind of expected of you to know what to do or expected of you to figure it out. And I am nowhere near that. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are nowhere near that when they have kids. I know plenty of people from my graduating class who have kids. Like it's weird. They're already they have kids. They're married. Like we've been out of school for like a year, and people are already like literally too busy banging. Like it's weird. I guess I just it totally throws me for a loop when I see shit like that. Because I guess I'm still too much of a kid to want to commit to something like that right away. Like committing to marrying someone, fine. I have no problems with marrying someone. Committing to going and having a kid with someone is a commitment that scares the shit out of me. And I do want kids. I've talked to my partner about this more times than I can count. I want kids so damn badly, and I want to raise them. I want to raise them as my own. I even told her I want to kind of show my aspiration for like sword fighting and my fucking whims of imagination when it comes to writing and like dueling and stuff like that. Like I want that to be sort of like something I can do with a kid of mine. And the thing that scares me the most is all it's gonna take is one bad interaction with a kid, not to turn me off, but to make me want to be like, yeah, we can wait a little bit longer. And my partner's already we've already discussed like we don't want to do anything like that anyways until like we're married, and that's perfectly fine by me. I'm the one who's like, yeah, nah, Christian all the way, woohoo. And then we also don't want to have kids until like we're you know closer to our 30s, which is also perfectly okay because frankly speaking, that is terrifying. I want to have a career. I want to have a life outside of school, and school's gonna end in like if I go for 4 years, it'll end by like 2028. But if I get stuck or I have to or I literally just have to stop what I'm doing and focus on working, then I'm going to be a fucking workaholic. And as great as that sounds right now, it's not healthy. And I just don't want to be in a situation like my parents who are constantly working all the damn time to try and make sure that they can have a successful life, if you want to call it that. Though I think if you were to ask them, a successful life for them is a lot different than what I see as a successful life, and that could be just because I don't have kids, I'm not married, and that might just be it. I'm pretty sure my parents like description of a successful life is raising kids who are fantastic. I don't think I am, but I guarantee you that they'll say so, or that they'll say that at least the girls are successful. Like they're successful because my sisters and shit like that. Like I would also totally like to do like a draw my life video, which I know sounds really cringy and totally like 2015, but that sounds really funny. Like really funny, really fun to do. Just to like really show the kind of person I am and my totally awesome art skills that I totally have and I'm not just making up for the because I can. Anywho, off the topic of my totally awesome art skills. I've been talking a lot, I've been rambling a lot. Like I completely missed like two like original fucking like there's one playing right now, but like the original fucking Minecraft music, this shit fucking hits so damn good. I love Minecraft music, like with a passion that is unrivaled. Minecraft music has made and broken me. And the worst times and the bad times, like I love Minecraft music because of what it does to people. And it sounds a little cringy saying it out loud, but like it really does. Like it's something that as a generation we got to experience that other generations won't get to experience. Like just being alive in the wake of like Minecraft music and being awake in the like being able to have the ability to be like, hey, I know that song. I remember when I was, X age years old, the first time I heard it. Like, and it's weird, I guess. Me and music have a really weird history. I both love and hate music. I both disdain music for everything it does, and I love how much it brings people together. I love playing music as much as I don't play music anymore. I used to have multiple guitars. I no longer have those guitars for one reason or another. One was because it broke, and the other one, like, there's a lot of problems with the guitars I had, but that's fine. I don't really care enough to be like, woe was me. I used to have guitar. I used to play pretty music, and I no longer can play pretty music because I no longer have my guitar. Sorry, that probably was very unpleasant to hear. Um, more than just my voice, you know. But anywho, it's just stuff like that. Like I, I used to I used to play the flute. I used to play the guitar. I don't play either anymore. I was a pretty okay at the violin, I think. At least for someone who's never played a violin before, I was pretty okay. Um, but I did not choose to play the violin like in elementary school, for instance, because I personally just thought that, I'm gonna be different than my sisters, who all fucking chose the violin, except for one, who chose the flute. And I'm like, you know what? I'll choose the flute, because why not? But, it happens. It's cool, it's whatever. Man, I need to go to sleep. Yeah, you know what? How's everyone else doing today? Like, I honestly, genuinely want to know. I want to know how everyone's doing. I want to know if you guys are doing good. I want to know if you guys are doing bad. Like, say in the comments, just be like, hey, I'm doing okay. Or, hey, you know what? I'm not doing so great right now. I could really use love and support. Like, stuff like that. I guarantee you there's always going to be someone in the comments just really wanting to hear what you're doing, how you feeling, sort of thing. That's what I hope. If there isn't any of that and there's just a bunch of hate, I'm gonna kick someone's ass. So I've thought about doing other content, by the way, other than Minecraft. I've talked about it in the first video where I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do other content related to X or X. And I decided that, if I want to do anything, there's a bunch of games that have just been, like, either made, like, updated. I know Fortnite OG's back, which I know is a fucking clusterfuck. And I'm not gonna play that, really. But, like, for instance, having fucking... Like, for instance, I'm building a creative map on that for me and my friends. Me and my buddies will go into, the creative mode anyways and play, like, there's a gun game we've been playing recently, where, like, all of us literally just go in, try our hardest to kick each other's asses in Nuketown gun game, which I know sounds really fucking weird to say out loud, but, like, it's something goofy we all do. It's just something more than just playing Fortnite, and that's kind of what the only Fortnite video I've done. I played, like, Chapter 2, Season 4, 6, maybe? I don't remember, but yeah, maybe I definitely should go and sleep because it is, in fact, day 15. So yeah, I will see you guys all later. Oh, that was fucking creepy. But yeah, I'll see you guys all later. Bye.